you hear that?
Yeah, it was something jumping in the water.
Probably a big gator. By the time I would have backed up, he'd have been under.
Yeah. All right, Chris is dismounting the GoPro. We found out it uses a lot of power when it's on Wi-Fi. A lot. Went through 2 batteries.
2 batteries already.
Yeah, went through 2 batteries.
Okay, what we're doing now is we're going into a different area in the swamp that, you know, and you got to remember this is a big swamp, so we're going to an area that we haven't normally been in. I've never been on this side yet, so we're just going to see and just see what kind of terrain features we find while we're down there. And we're going to be focusing on looking for those choke areas, those choke point areas, to where dense vegetation meets crossing areas that we can get into easily. So that's what we're going to be looking for.
That's really wet back in there, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, no, maybe it's just the flowing water, but no, it was over on my right, that direction. I wonder if the camera picked anything up while you were filming.
I don't know if I had the camera running or not.
You did. You were filming all that when I was sitting.
Really?
It was while we first walked up here. I could have sworn I heard vocals up in that area.
Well, we heard like the knock sound right over there.
Yeah, and I heard.
Ow.
I heard vocals, Chris.
There was a knock sound we heard. Mark said he thought he heard some vocals back that way.
And I wasn't expecting it. I thought, well, maybe it's the rushing water. So I walked over here to see if I could, you know, it'd be kind of replicated on that side also. But
yeah.
But no.
But this is real dense in there, and we got flowing water.
But it's very very wet back in there. I mean,
And we got flowing water, and we know that every time we get flowing water, we normally get pretty good activity in some of these spots. Because
there's no way you're getting up in there.
You're not getting in there. That's pretty dense.
People say, why aren't you walking in there to hear? Well, look at this. There's no way.
Yeah, there's alligators and there's everything else out there.
Well, it's not just that. You're up to your, you know, calves if you start walking back.
Well, that right there, you might be.
You could be up to your waist.
It could be up to your waist right there, but.
And there could be something living in that. So.
Yeah. Well, we already know there's gators in these culverts.
I don't hear it now. See, it's gone. That's still wet.
Yeah, it's still wet. What we did was we
so all day long, it's been very quiet. We haven't been in this area ever, have we, Chris? This is new. We haven't never drove through here or anything. And Chris saw some running water under the road. You know, just looked like a good shot for the camera. So we got out, walked around, and we were filming it. And there was a knock up. Here we go again. 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And then I swore I heard vocals. And I walked around the other side of the truck thinking, well, if it's just the running water, then I'll hear it over there or hear something similar. Didn't hear it. Came back around. There were vocals. up in there. Now this area is wet as hell. There's no way you're getting up in there. So unless there's some dry land up in there, which there could be that we don't know about, but I find it just very interesting. It's interesting to me that the terrain that we think logically they would be in, you can't hold to that. Here's a very swampy area. It's probably up to your calves at least if you were to go up in there. And here we hear vocals up in there, you know. And there's no way we're going in there to investigate that, and they know that.
You ain't getting off this road. You're not gonna just go walk through there.
So they see us stop, get out of the truck, do some filming, and there's some talking going on.
We both heard.
And they're very safe talking.
Yep, we both heard that.
Because they know we can't get up in there.
And we heard like a knock too.
And we heard that. Yeah, Chris heard that. What sounded like a knock up in there, and then I hear some vocals, and I'm very adamant about that, about hearing those vocals up in.
There was something just now.
Yeah. See.
But it sounded like it was more like further. It was more further away. It was more back this direction.
So I wonder what would be like come here in the evening, you know.
Well, this area is all open. It's not guarded or gated or anything. And that's kind of the same direction where the truck's parked at right now too.
You're going up in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
So. Now this side is higher than the side on my left.
Yeah.
So it's a little higher ground.
It's marshy.
Even though the water's flowing into this area, but right up in here looks a little higher than what you've got right in here. You know.
Freaking cool. It's cool stuff though.
You think you don't have anything, you think you come out and you're just, you know, you're just batting a zero, and then all of a sudden, boom, you know. And it makes sense that they know they're protected back up in there. So they're very safe in talking.
And you know, and it's okay. You're not going to get activity every time. It's okay to be batting zero. You know,
It's okay.
That's no problem. I don't have an issue of coming back with no footage. I don't have an issue with that.
We came out here just to look at this area. It wasn't. The day was kind of done. So I think.
Yeah, we fully came out to do the truck broke down routine, but then with that person riding by back and forth getting suspicious.
Yeah, it kind of.
I just didn't want to stick around and wait on it.
It didn't go anywhere.
You know, and I didn't really hear any knocks or pops or any vocals or anything in the area. But this area is, you know, it's a crossing point. It's a crossing point. Basically, we have one collective big, humongous swamp area draining into another one, and obviously we're on the road. There's a culvert on the road. A lot of times what we find in these culverts are alligators because it's deeper through there.
Yeah, that's deep.
So you don't want to be messing with the culverts. You want to stay away from the culverts, and you want to have, man, there's a big old crane down there.
Yeah.
You want to stay away from these culverts. You just don't want to deal with these gators. And I don't have no waders on. I'm not going to go wading in the water.
And they know that. They know that we can't go up there.
And hunting season's not open yet.
And do anything, so they're going to talk. And they're going to see us stop, and they're going to discuss it.
Hey! Hey, hey!
I'll say it again. I fully was not expecting to hear any vocals at all.
Hey, hey! Maybe that sounds too aggressive or something.
I don't know. I think they've had their discussion, they've moved on, or they're just waiting for us to leave.
That second knock, and we've heard no more now. That second one seemed to be deeper.
And now it gets very quiet.
Deeper, but the same general area, but deeper back.
And I can tell it's quiet now. We have that experience, we have that sense that now it's gotten quiet. You know, it's time to go. You know, nothing more to see here.
Let's go down the road right here. I want to look at those stick bends. I want to get a little closer look. Mark doesn't subscribe to pretty much most of the stick stuff.
You know what wanna
we don't
say
get
that.
we don't get a lot of stick stuff in our area.
No, we don't.
And-
It has to be very dramatic for me to really
Yeah.
consider it.
So
Chris
Mark-
is a little more lenient. He's done more research on it.
Yeah, I am aware of the stick structures and the meanings and some of the
Yeah,
stuff
he's-
behind it. And I don't mean I know the meanings behind it, but I mean I'm aware of them.
Yeah, and I'll give you that. You've done more research on it than I have.
Yeah, and right up the road there, I saw a lot of them that was bending around, making shapes and stuff like that. So we're gonna leave this area because they're not gonna play with us right now. We heard the one kind of tap knock thing, and Mark was like, "There's something going on," and then we moved a little further and we heard another one that was distant. So we're just gonna head on down just a little bit more, get my truck because the keys are still in it. And we're going to have a look at some of these structures, see if they're worth filming. Okay.